If I cut this up just right, probably be able to create a thumbnail. So that it's a few days gives me time. Lest you wonder about your passage tutorial, Aaronville will arrange the ship through his guild. You need only worry about your own preparations. Speaking of which, please take this with you. A rugged, ready-keep knapsack can serve you well in your incoming ventures. Though I'm not sure when the departure will be, but rest assured, I'll let you know when I hear something. Till then, please take your... unregistered knapsack. I get a new... I get a new pack. I can hoard more! Meanwhile, an RPG sex capital of Final Fantasy XIV.
When does the next ship set sail?
May I ask your destination?
All of us are heading out?
The north and east, I've already seen. I suppose I'll head west this time.
Funny how we're all
West,
meeting up in
you
the
say?
same place. You know all of us have pearlings. You know I can get there faster. If you come with us. I mean, less expensive too. Meanwhile, an old Charlian. We're seeing where the pieces begin. Are you gonna tell? Are you gonna tell him? Are you gonna tell him? Are you gonna tell him? Are you gonna tell him?
I see you've made up your mind. I had a feeling you'd be keen.
But to think that our comrades too are thither bound. Fate doth work in mysterious ways.
Hey, Uriange, remember when you said you wouldn't lie to me again and be completely honest? How about you be honest with me? Also, good job, game developers.
Indeed. It will be a grueling task, having to contend with them.
Then why don't we work the fuck together?
If the prospect doth trouble thee, 'tis not too late to decline the petition.
You like a challenge, right? You like a challenge. I like a challenge. Bring it!
Though thine expression would suggest thou art far from perturbed.
Are you working on a different side than us by the sound of it?
Oh, how could I possibly be, knowing what's to come?
What is? Huh?
Then let us delay no further and secure passage on a vessel.
Uriange, what did I say about lying to me?
Aye. This will be a mission to remember.
Thank you for not looking at the camera.
Come, my friend. We make for Taral.
My slow walk.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty?
Shut up, MXL.
Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north? The fabled golden cities of the New World?
Shut up, MXL! Do what I want, bitch! We anchor now, the tide is high, and dawn of a new adventure nigh. Yo ho yo, a pirate's like, row forth to break Horizon's bond and tread to the gilded path of dawn. Is that it? Beyond. Beyond. Welcome back, Ishnai. I just had a word from Erenvel, because I can't stop this game now. He seems to have managed a security passage tutorial aboard a guild ship vessel. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go and inform your travel companions? It should only take a moment. Oh wait, guild hall. I went the opposite fucking direction. Promise I'll stop. Promise. Don't know when. Don't stop. I promise. Okja gave us the good news. We've made ready to sail at a moment's notice. Only one yet to arrive is Erenvel himself. Ah, you're all here. It took some persuasion, but the Gleaner's Guild ship has granted us places aboard a vessel bound for Toriel. Yeah, colonizers, aren't we? There'll be other passengers, researchers, and artisans alike, so we'll need to share deck space. That's fine, Erenvel. I doubt anyone expected we had to ship all to ourselves. They're not casting off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now is the time to voice them. Where is Graha so I can tie him up? For research purposes. Wouldn't call it concern, but everyone's still clear on what we'll be doing in Toriel, yes? We've not forgotten. The nation of Tirtonar. I don't know where I'm going with this. As your chosen allies, we shall assist you during the rite of succession and support your bid to become the Dawn Servant. In addition to that, Alphino and I have another objective. As part of the reconstruction, Garlemald seeks way to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbors. By visiting Toriel, we hope to learn more about how its myriad cultures interact with one another, how they find common ground, develop stronger ties, and the sort of insights that might help our friends in But we'll pursue this goal in our own time. You can be sure we'll give the contest all due attention. That's all I ask. Otherwise, you're welcome to do as you like. You wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Kiri? Yes, as far as we could determine from the old missive I found, he had been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Dawn Servant. Yet oddly enough, we have no records of that investigation in our archives, and nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter. For this reasons, both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm sure there will be a chance to speak with Papa. You can get answers right from the source, unless he's been murdered somewhere along the way before we get there. I look forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one with an interest in the City of Gold. The Golden City is his children's bedtime story. I'm part of this expedition only because the third promise commanded me that I serve as guide. Still playing the part of stoic servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me you've changed your mind. I am here. I go wherever adventure is to be found. That's what they tell me. That's what I just told you, too. Right then, if all are still committed to the journey, then I say we make ready to depart. Graha, where are you? Graha! 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 Eager as they are, the others have already left for the harbor. We're not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be well on our way. Draha? Are they gonna get new outfits too, or no?
Savoring the moment? I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Well, I mean, it's not really unknown if it's your land, but it is unknown to me.
For once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Oh, y'all are hilarious to think that something world-ending won't happen while I'm over there.
Do not be so quick to relax. Oh, Tural may seem but a short sail away on a map. The vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels.
Oh, Bermuda Triangle? It's fine. I murdered a siren that was trying to keep us.
Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Bufiswin herself. This will be no pleasure cruise.
Stop. I was say, stop promising me a good time.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough. Disappointingly so.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
Sure.
aboard! We're casting off!
Aye, aye.
It's time. I trust you have everything you need?
If I haven't tied up Grahatia to take with me, I don't have everything I need. Come on, he can't play with us. He's like been missing. A lot.
And so does our ship cast off from the docks.
Ah, he narrating.
We sail west, as Kettenram did some 80 years past.
Oh, I
bound
guess
for the
almost
new
correctly.
world, known to her children as the continent of Tural.
Nice that the father and mother went to see them off. I'm king of the world. Scream it! Scream it! Or I'm queen of the
Just
world.
wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me, Woklamat.
Don't fall off, don't fall off, don't fall off. Actually, that'd be hilarious. Please fall off. Alize and her are very similar.
Smooth sailing so far?
Don't jinx it.
Aye, so far so good.
I mean, also, can't you see?
But this sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
I mean, Erenville knows.
I'll take my rest while I can then.
You know, those railings look like they will not work with Lalafels.
We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Tural was far, but it's another thing to really know.
That would make me a bit nervous that there's no land that I could see like that far, like, you know, it's like days away from either.
Some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact.
He looks like he's important with his outfit.
Things about Tuliyola
and his hair.
The right of succession. Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own.
Yeah, where to kill?
Did you look out across these same waters, grandfather?
No, probably not, because the way the currents work and, you know... Okay, we're being... not figuratively, not literally. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Are you getting either nervous or seasick? I can feel my edge start to dull in these long sea voyages. How about some light sparring later? Oh, this will be my first visit to Toriel. I work at Ishthime's Aesthetics in Udall, you see, but my employment with them came to an end. Well, that's why I visited Charlian, in hopes of starting over. While I was attempting and failing to find a new job, I seized the chance to board this vessel when I overheard room for another passenger had suddenly opened up. I'm told the Dawn Servant welcomes all, regardless of origin, so Tulial, it's not Tallulah. We will be making up names to continue. Seems the perfect place to begin anew. Hopefully things will be better this time. Can't quite jump up there. Have you spoken with our shipmates? Toriel is a good distance away. It might be a pleasant way to spend the time. I mean, I could be sleeping until the, weather gets bad. I've seen you in Eorzea before. You're a great and famous hero. God, I've had enough of playing the simpleton. There was a time when we took great pains to maintain the deception, but with more of you Eorzeans coming to Toriel, it became impractical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. Too many of our warband has fallen, and so we head home to lick our wounds. But it's true, I did murder a few of you. A lot. My story? Well, since you asked, I wanted to retrace the historic journey of the great Kinnan realm. You know, the first Eorzean to set foot on Toriel almost 80 years ago. The Mamul-Jaw's leaders said to have welcomed Kinnan realm with open arms and sent him home with a bounty of silverware as a token of their friendship. But the real treasure was the crops he brought back. Potos, tomatoes, and corn, which spread across Eorzea like wildfire. This grand adventure led to a culinary revolution. The tales that Kinnan realm returned to Toriel several times after that, but his ship vanished during his last recorded voyage, and he was never heard from again. That even a seasoned explorer like him could meet such an end is a testimony to the ocean's peril. No, it's fine. I murdered the gods of the ocean. Filling Gleaner. I've heard that Erenvel was looking for passage to Tallulah, so I managed to squeeze his party aboard one of our charter vessels. So fortune would have it, we scheduled an expedition for Toriel. I told this vessel is equipped to be with a barrier generator to protect it from storms. I reassure in thought, though I nevertheless pray there will be no need for it. You have jinxed it, haven't you? You want to make a wager? We're taking bets on who will be sat next in the Dawn Servant's shiny chair. There are 4 claimants in this claimant then decided right of succession. Your young Waku Lama being one of them, of course. But from what that Mamu Jah bloke was telling us, the other 3 are all strong contenders. Not too many keen to risk their coin on the 3rd promise. I mean... Good that you don't know who I am. I seem to make, impossible possible. Though mind you, I don't know any of the others, so I don't know if they'll lead better. An adventurer, I presume? Maybe. I'm a merchant myself based in Udall, especially imports and exports. Eorzean and Turiel, both. If this is your first crossing the salt, as they say, do remember that the social wars of Eorzea are not necessarily the same as those over yonder. Consider it this: it's not uncommon for the various races to be referred to instead by names of certain clans. For the Makote, the Hisharu, the Harugoth, the Zibal, not because every member of the given clan is of the same race, mind, but because many individuals of the said race are associated with that clan. Clan. A fair assumption in certain cases, but take care not to give offense. Oh, I'll give all the fucking offenses by accident. The goods I bring over this trip are a rare sight in Toriel, so I expect to make a decent profit. The local merchants are an agreeable folk. Why did you have to, like, make that italics? Wait, I recognize you. You're the champion of Eorzea. If the third promise has you at your side, then that shifts the odds a fair bit. I might change my bet. Good that you recognize me! Though, to be fair, some parts of Toriel are said to be so remote that not even the Kindra made it to them. If I could explore those places, then perhaps I'll become even more famous than him. The game didn't even bother giving you a name, so yeah, no. Look forward to a long soak in the hot springs of Pacha, and no complaints when I dance the bathing dance. Ah, that's a repeated fate in the Bronze Lake area. I wonder what the city will be like. A city. Did you learn anything of interest? The clans thing was the most interesting thing I learned. Oh, I hadn't heard about the clan's name. We should have Ulama and Erenville teach us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a bit chilly up here on deck. Let's all gather in the cabin. Oh, look at that! A fucking storm! I blame Alphino for saying I hope it doesn't come to this. Are you about to be seasick?
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
Nah. Oh, no, she's sick.
How's your stomach? Any better?
You know, there should be, like, potions for that. Like, they mentioned that the Confederacy had that kind of stuff.
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick.
Look. Stop acting like you're not in pain or hurt. That makes you look...
I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
That is seasick.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
Thank you, Alize!
Erenville, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many Viera live there?
The Shatona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Shaktural.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name. As for my mother...
Apparently she doesn't want you talking about her.
We're in the teeth of it now, lads! Reef that sail before the mast snaps!
Oh dear.
I can swim.
This wind's too strong to take in your sail! Man falling off the mast! We need help! Get him below decks first! Quickly! Before he's washed overboard!
Well, good that we can,
Come,
you know,
we
breathe
should lend what aid
underwater.
we can.
We can breathe underwater. We can breathe underwater. Right, Alize?
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since.
Yeah, because I'm here. Also, I murdered the god of the sea, goddess of the sea, so I mean, no wonder.
The heaving waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself.
What about the one that fell overboard?
Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning.
I mean, I could get struck, it's fine. What about the one that fell overboard? What about the one that fell overboard?
What an
Also,
extraordinary life she must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease.
I mean, not like I faced off the Leviathan how many times.
Vuklamat, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress.
I mean, she was trying, bless her heart.
By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
I mean, what are you expecting? I'm here. It's not gonna be straightforward or easy or anything. Did that guy get saved that fell overboard? Nice lighting. I'm not saying that sarcastically. Good of you to wake me.
Morning. Joining us for some fresh air?
You seem to be doing better.
Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Ugh. Can't be much farther now, can it?
Shrug.
Seabirds. Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
What does it matter? We can breathe underwater.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
Oh, so he didn't end up
Good
in the
news
ocean.
indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliola's coasts. Come.
Thanks for bringing us all this way.
Ha!
We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway. If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down. Easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
The only reason why they have faith is because I'm here. No offense. I mean, kind of offensive. Just like the opening. And is it going to say Square Enix in the bottom thing?
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
It's nice that it's a redone of the
Enjoying yourself for a
tutorial, except it's with your character. Not the tutorial, the trailer, except it's with my character.
There, look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
Were you hiding that because you're the third, whatever, promise or whatever? You know, I said I was going to stop before Dawn Trail. You know, you remember when I said that? Ha ha ha. Oh, we jazzing this. Yeah. It's interesting they didn't have the problem of summoning primals. We can all stop when we want. I know, but you just don't want to. Yeah, I know, right?
Gods, I've seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
Is that a... No. I've never seen Vanu feathers in that color before.
Oh, like parrots?
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Tulihyolal are still few and far between.
Surprised her that the gleaner from
And
there
as we
doesn't
don't
have
build
more.
seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Mamulja
Did your stuff get more shiny? Or
Those
is
willing
that
to
just
play
me?
the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out, or...?
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
No. I mean, yes.
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next dawn servant. We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tule Yolal?
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
I was right. Third promise.
Please, accept our apologies.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
I was gonna make a joke of what do you expect, but we haven't seen much from her.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part?
I didn't say anything.
Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tule Yolal.
Alright, Tallulah. Cool. An amazing city, as lively as Udal, and even more colorful. I'd say even more color than Razad Han. I'm gonna switch over to my... Though, as much as I want to do my red mage, it's hard to see her face for reactions, which, I mean, my character's kind of stoic anyways, so it's like... anyways. According to Erenville, the Vanu I saw belongs to a clan known as the Hanu Hanu. Seems they share more than a physical resemblance. I wonder what kind of trouble these soldiers were expecting. The not good kind. It's so nice to feel that familiar breeze again. I wasn't sure my stomach would make it. Well, despite the sword's efforts to the contrary, here we are, safe and sound. Yeah, sure. Raditulia, you return to the harbor anytime, sprightly soldier. I mean, sailor. Would ask if the journey tired you, but I'm sure you've endured worse. Yes. It's higher than what I have. Reinforced impressive metallic filigree that suggests valuable weapon license. Well, solid ground is improvement. Waku Lamat smooth. Right then, first things first. Are you hungry or sick? I'm still a bit queasy. No more boats for a while. I realize we just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. That would be a good idea. No arguments here. I should very much like to explore. Okay, are you sure you're in any condition to do so? Aha! We are wondering who these strange folks were. So, the third promise has found yourself some new followers, then. Followers. Waku Lamat, are you unwell? Not at all. Couldn't be better. The third promise does not get seasick. No, sir. As for my hand-picked entourage here, I've recruited them to help me win this rite of succession. I was about to show them around the city, in fact. Inquisitive. Sounds lovely. But a group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially if they're in the company of the third promise. Everyone will be curious. We certainly were. Your siblings have a tendency to command a respectful distance. But you're just so easy to approach. And I enjoy it so much when you do. Please, don't ever worry you're a bother to me. You're very kind. Good day to you, Third Promise. They did have a point. Wakulama is technically royalty here. Like it or not, a person of her station surrounded by this many outsiders is bound to draw a crowd. Wait, what do you mean technically? I suggest we move in 2 groups so to attract less attention. Just technically ignoring me then. Ishnai, you and Cornel, come with me. No, Kiri, excuse me. Almost had a Kryl in there. I'll take the twins then. We'll get in touch once we have a good look around. That voyage was hard on all of us, so take it slow and recuperate. We have enough time for that. Enjoy your wanderings. Perhaps you should wait a bit, at least until Wakulamut's nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. Falls over. I mean, there is a healer here. I'm not sure how much that works with seasickness, but I mean, it is something. Tallulah isn't going anywhere. Let's give Wakulamut a little more time. I'm fine now, really. Can't stay around all day feeling sorry for myself. What with the contest looming and all. Now then, seeing we're already here, I might as well tell you about the harbor. Erenville already mentioned the reefs of our coastal waters, which explains why you don't see any big ships moored at the docks. Only vessels with shallow drafts can navigate the bay. Mostly small fishing boats or barges ferrying cargo up and down the rivers from inland settlements. Most of the incoming traffic is from Yoltoral, a southern landmass, the clan that produced various goods for exports. Isn't that where Erenville said he was from? Their wares are unloaded here and carted off to the merchant sales in the neighboring markets. Speaking of which, Bayside Bevy should be our next stop. Keep them. Why did you show me this? I know! Done this before! Talk. Tallulah is like my own garden. I could lead you around with my eyes closed. If this tour was a ship, it'd be plate sailing all the way. Don't jinx it. Ugh, the word ship alone is enough to curdle my stomach. I was about to say. Wandering around the city is so exciting. Unfamiliar wonders everywhere we look. Jazz, jazzy, jazzy, jazz. This is Bayside Bevy, Tallulah's largest marketplace. Being on the right on the harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares go directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they most likely have. Oh right, I should mention that here in Tallulah, we buy things with Pel, a currency that Pelupa created. Don't worry, more and more trade is coming in from Eorzea, so most shops are happy to accept your guild. There's also the whatchamacallit, another market east of here, but that could wait for another time. I have other places I want to show you first. Next, we'll head back a bit, the northwards up to the stairs to a certain plaza. I can't wait to get a look on your faces. Is it? I'll say, yeah, it's the big, Aether thing. What I'm gonna do. I'll teleport back to that one right there. I'll go ahead and grab the one over here. I went the wrong way. That is a long dock. wonder, and it's occurred to me, if the reason why all the her brothers and sisters are of different races is a way of forming peace to some degree. To show that he's accepting of all races. What do you think of that, eh? Goodness, you have Aetherites in Tallulah? I think I told you before, but my brother, Kona, spent 3 years studying in Sharlayan. He fell in love with the nation and its ways, and brought back to us the knowledge of Aetherite construction. Papa warmed to the idea at once, and had one built immediately. Did you do the tuning thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head back down again and then up the slope to the side, right at the top of the gate, which leads to Zak'Turul. Let's make a stop at Bright Bloom Post along the way. That's the headquarters of the Landsguard. Let me first of all attune, but also make home. Oh, there's Talkie Talk there too. Resplendent. I will decide if it's resplendent or not. There's a debate to be had. It's a debate that's just been lost. I mean, we're already attuned to the other thing. We can always get... Stop. Ba-ba-ba. Let me go the same way that I did before, up and then over. I'm nothing if not consistent, except when I'm not. Trudging up and down all these slopes and stairs is exhausting. I understand now where Waku Lamat gets her endless endurance. Elevation. We have a lot of narrow and winding streets that crawl up the sides of the mountain. As you can see, though, the builders make sure the city's main thoroughfares are wide enough to accommodate wagons. And llamas pulling the wagons, right? Not llamas. Alpaca. Dirigible landing. Huh. You have to go up there when I get the chance. Over there. Show the map. Anything new? Thank goodness for Aetherites. Though I don't share Waku Lamat's dislike of ships, I'm not especially eager to make that voyage again. Here we are, Bright Bloom Post. The soldiers stationed here are responsible for defending Tallulah and preserving the peace. The Landsguard here are led by our nation's strongest warrior, and so naturally Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago, when Soraja took over as commander. The title is no empty honor. It means the first promise. is considered equal to the Dawn Servant in martial strength. Is that the one that's trying to take over? Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to... Well, I'll discuss my brothers and their accomplishments later. Alphino and Alizé should be around here to hear it too. Come now, it's time to show you the Sky Gate. It's right at the northern end of Talon March. Talk. Zora Ja, clearly a Majol name. An interesting family. This be read so I can take a drink. I mean, spoken aloud. Damn it, it isn't. Massive, isn't it? I mean, I've seen bigger. And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants, the Koyo? Strictly speaking, Toriel is actually two separate continents. Yoko Toriel and the southern lands of the Mother, and Zarak Toriel, the northern lands of the Father, which lie beyond the bridge. Legend said it used to be one great landmass, but long, long ago, the two gods fought a titanic battle, and when one threw the other into the ground, the impact was so devastating as to split the continent in twain. Trust me, the gods did not do that, because I have murdered the gods, and they also weren't really involved with anything like that. Familiar sounding tale. I aim to put to mind the conflict between Heideland and Zodiark. But getting back to Zoktaral, these lands are also part of the Tulula Nation, correct? That's right. Isn't my father incredible? He united the people of two continents into a single nation. The many clans of Toriel have been at war for generations. It's only when Papa traveled the lands and put a stop to their myriad conflicts that we finally had peace. That's the main reason why I want to win the throne, so I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you're more interested in what's behind the gate than hearing about my aspirations. Well, it tells me about you as a person, and whether I should continue helping you. Crossing the bridge to Zokhtara requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permits until the rite of succession is over. God damn it. I promise to get you one when I'm Dawn Servant, but until then, you just have to wait. I'll hold you to that. I've never broken my word. Once the throne is mine, the travel permit is yours. Tired from all this walking? Take a moment to rest and we'll continue the tour. You must have covered half the city by now. Tulula, unlike other places I've visited, is unlike any other place I've visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself, but you're tired, aren't you? Okay, let me open this. Nope. Actually, it's still below what I have. Cool. I will not touch it. The second half of the... We'll head west next to the Arch of the Dawn. The dirigible landing is on the way. You have dirigibles too? Tulula certainly doesn't want for methods of travel. We get by. Now if you've seen enough of this area, let me know and we'll continue on. What do you think? Creation stories are often rooted in true events. Given the similarities, could it be that Toriel's legend was inspired by Heideland's clash with Zodiark? I don't know. Arch of the Dawn is on the other side of the city, so speak up if you see anything that interests you as we walk. Jazzing our way, jazz, jazz, jazz. Too bad I can't use my goddamn mount. Talk. Hope you're not too tired. Tallulah. Plenty of sights to see. I'm still struggling to conceive how one could construct an entire city on the side of a mountain. This was originally the site of temple. The giants built it when they were first making the bridge to Zok'Taral to appease the god who slumbers in the great ocean trench. After Koyo withdrew, the temple stood empty for centuries, so when Papa was establishing his new nation, he saw a structure that he could refurbish into the palace, practically sitting in the central of Toriel. He gathered artisans to do the work, and the houses they built for themselves became the foundation of the city you see today. Speaking of houses, we'll be passing through the Resplendent Quarter, the biggest residential district in Tallulah. We climbed these set of stairs all the way up. Poor kitty. Do you need me to carry you, sweetie? I don't mind. And don't get angry because I asked that. Don't hit me. Please. Discuss the palace. Papa's palace is called Volksuna, which translates to invincible resilience. I probably want to take a closer look, but we'll be coming back here later, so let's move on for now. I'm still getting the crystal. Discuss the palace. The sheer scale of the place is incredible. I wonder what that carved at the top represents. Unity. The two sides, unification. Don't stop me. Don't stop me. The winged walk. Also could be, like, the very strong mythical creature. Did I remember to get the baby marketplace? Yeah, I did. So after this, I get that, and then the dirigible, and then I'll have all of the locations. Unless I'm stupid and forgot one, which is entirely fucking possible. Because I am tired. Jazz, jazzy, jazz, jazzy, jazz, 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 jazz. Though I don't think this, if they're going for, you know, the general area that they're trying to go for, which is like Peru and all this other stuff, I'm not sure how much this fits. So this is the Resplendent Quarter. What manner of people live here? Oh, we have residents from all of the Yoptal clans. Mamojal, Jibral, Pilube, Mo... Haru, we have the Tonawata, Shubu, South, the Essentialists are gathering people from every corner of Toriel. A true representation of Tallulah's diverse character. The adornments on each building contribute to the cultural aesthetic. It's also beautiful. I'm glad you think so. Come, we continue down the stairs. You doing good, cutie? Like I said, I can carry you. The huge drum. The big drum is called the Dawn Herald. They play it for formal occasions, like when honoring the Lance Guard's return from a dangerous duty. I tried hitting it with my axe once, and it ripped the skin. Earned me a proper scolding, let me tell you. I think that was the time that Papa held me upside down by the ankle. Discussed a huge drum. I've never seen such an enormous drum. What would one even use to beat such an instrument? Probably a mechanism that does it. Ba-bum-bum-ba. Gonna go over here and grab. Ba. Tune yourself? Oh, okay, cool. I have become one with the crystal. All praise to me. Here are dirigibles. Not bad, eh? I heard other nations use airships to sail the skies, but you'll only find balloons here in Torrio. I mean, Tallulah. We have them for the exact same reasons as the Aetherites. Kona bought back the plans from Charlian, and Papa thought them fantastic and commissioned their construction. That was about 3 years ago. Since that time, we've added flights to other settlements. Trade with frontier communities has never been easier. But that's enough about dirigible. Arches of the Dawn awaits. Is that something different? So we're torturing her by going back up the stairs for this. Cool. Never said I was a good person. Just to be clear. Oh wait, it's the same thing. Yeah, that's the same thing. Well, I still made you run back up here. It's about the same size. This is the Arch of the Dawn. When the Giants were still here, it was known as the Yoptaro Landgate. But when Papa founded Tallulah, everyone began using its present name in honor of his great achievement. Through this gate is Komaza, the wetlands south of the city. Depending on what right of succession asks of us, we might end up going to that direction. Kozama, Kozama! Why do you have these voices so I know how to say them correctly? I mean, butcher them correctly. Speaking of which, what are those fluffy animals we passed earlier? Alpaca. Oh, those are alpacas. Fearsome four-legged fiends. Fearsome? They seem quite placid to me. Have you ever, faced off against them? They spit. You'll learn soon enough, cutie. You'll learn soon enough. But forget the alpacas. I have something far more important to show you. Come along. Look, I've ride dragons and other things that are dangerous to ride. I'm fine. Why are we doing the drums like this? I mean, awesome! But this just doesn't feel like it fits the area. Are those pillars what Lamont wants to show us? If you wish to learn the history of Tallulah, look no further. These stone pillars, you mean? I mean, we can't read the We can't read the language. You said that they... This spot captures Kyoti's attention. Regards to stone pillars, curious. What's special about these pillars, if I may ask? At a glance, they might look like ordinary stone decorations, but if you take a really good look, you'll see something much more interesting. Here's a spot... okay. I suppose what we ought to do is... This cannot be skipped. Will it be voiced? Also, sun in the eyes, sun in the eyes. What does it say when Hoyo verse has better music that matches the continent that they're showing off South American and all this other stuff than this? Pictures! No wait, those are glyphs. They seem to tell us a series of stories, many of them featuring a two-headed Mamoja. Oh, this must be... That's right. It follows the exploits of my father. Jaja! He's not Jaja! And his journey to our latter lands. We call it the Toriel Saga. And the deeds he performed and the bonds he forged, all immortalized in stone. There's no better way to learn how Tulula came to be. Study them as long as you like. Well, we don't know how to read your writing. I mean, I know it's not writing. Lay of Brotherhood. This pillar tells the Lay of Brotherhood. It depicts the scene where Papa granted an audience to a foreigner. Yeah, something. I can never remember the name. You mean Kikindram. Yeah, that's the one. Kikindram's arrival in Toriel is what prompted Papa to embark on his own journey. It is said that the two grew to be close friends. Brothers in spirit, if not in blood. But no one knows what became of the explorer in later years. Kintram's disappearance is a mystery in Eorzea as well. The records say he traveled between our lands and yours for a while, but then it's assumed he was lost at sea. Lay of Reeds. Here we have the Lay of Reeds, the story where Papa visited the Hanu in their village of Komazabala. The people Alphino almost mistook for Vanu, if not for the colorful plumage. He spent a fair bit of time among the Vanu in the Sea of Clouds, so it's no surprise he took an interest in your countrymen. I don't know how it is with your Vanu, but our Hanu are bright and cheerful sort. They hold this one festival every year, very famous and a lot of fun. Carnival? Is it Carnival? This one counts the Lay of Repast. As you could probably tell, the figure depicts there is of the like me. For decades, the Krabal and the Mamoja were at war for control of the forests of Katil. The actions of Papa took into that conflict have since been hailed as the first steps to founding of Tulula. The clan of Hrothgar in the Boja, known as Helions. In their society, the women rule as queens, and the men serve as devout subjects. Yeah, I know, Baja. I've been to their, lands. I mean, at least the war part of the lands. Yet here in Torio, Vabral men and women appear to be of equal status. How dramatically culture can vary within location. Lay of Pots. Pots? Lay of Drugs? Oh, let's see. This one is the Lay of Pots, which depicts the Morbins of the Kazuma. You mean the kobolds? They might wear odd masks and sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but the gold and silver work they sell is the best you'll find anywhere. Moblin are goods are standard when it comes to gift giving. Clearly the Vanu aren't the only people with distant Toriel counterparts. If you're done with the first half, we can move on to the second. Yes. More reading! Lay of Gold. The Lay of Gold. This pillar shows one of the Pilu whose homeland is in Pacha. Having created our currency, the Pilu are rightfully known as the Merchant Clan. They oversee Tallulah's markets, and their traveling peddlers are common sight no matter where you go in Toriel. Don't let their size fool you. They might be mistaken as children, but beneath those beaked masks, they are clever and calculating traders. What? I couldn't help but think of, you know, the, with the rhyming thing, whether they're, you know, the puntable. Oh, this one's my favorite, The Lay of Ice. It depicts the battle with the legendary Toriel Vidal. I should explain. Toriel Vidal is a creature that has lived far beyond its usual lifespan and awakened to preternatural power. Yeah, I've gotten this explanation. Vigraman was itself dubbed the Sky Ruin. Its name earned from the destruction and terror it visited upon Toriel every time it stirred from its slumber. But 80 years ago or so, its ruinous reign was brought to an end. After a great struggle, Papa and his comrades managed to overcome the ragged Vidral and seal it away, because it's the Viper thing. The mountains. Despite its reputation, however, the Veligamar is a symbol of power. That's why you'll see the likeness on Tallulah's national emblem and adorning the banners of the palace. Also on the top, isn't it? Lay of Proof. Ah, the Lay of Proof. That big fellow is of the Hanu, the largest of Toriel's people. These giants once used their great size and strength to establish a dominion encompassing all of Yoptora. Having brought the southern reaches to heel, they then turned northwards, setting their sight on Zaktaral. You recall that massive bridge they built beyond the Sky Gate. Sometime after launching their northern campaign, however, they just gave up. They abandoned the lands they conquered and withdrew to the mountains of Pacha. Yeah, Pacha. Never seen any of their kind so much to set foot in the city. Did they go to the Golden City, I guess? Huh? This was a people with the power and resourcefulness to raise a temple on the mountaintop and build a bridge across the sea with stone. What could move them to renounce their ambition and their place in Toriel history? I guess, like I said, City of Gold. If you have gold everywhere... I don't know why. Blank pillar. This one is unmarked. Papa says he left a blank pillar for the next of Tallulah's history, whatever that might be. It'll have me on there. I mean, you. Had your fill of history then? Yes, thank you. Had my fill of reading things aloud because my voice is going? Yes. Do I still want to continue? Yes. Glad to hear it. You know, I feel awful hungry all of a sudden. No surprises they're seeing that I couldn't keep anything down for a while. But I think I'm now ready to eat again. So let's go and have ourselves a bit of a local delicacy. Come, I'll take you to the best restaurant in the city. I like the sound of that. Aren't we supposed to find Erenval? Say this. I guess if they were thinking about maybe Emperor's New Groove kind of thing. Because this reminds me of the chase in Emperor's New Groove, kind of. What a lovely establishment. It reminds me of the Bismarck in RPG Sex Capital Final Fantasy XIV. Have you ever had tacos? They're Tallulah classic. You bake a crunchy shell made from corn flour and fill it with meat and salad. A lot of shops and stalls sell them, but I like how they're made here at that's the best. I need one right in front of me, right now. Let's head downstairs and place an order with old Baroque Evu. Every dish looks delicious. At the risk of sounding like Waku Lamat, the mere sight of so much fine cuisine is making me ravenous. This is Brokevu. The odor, don't let his unassuming appearance fool you. When it comes to making tacos, he's the greatest artisan of all of Turiel.
Brokevu!
I mean, I was close.
My companions must sample your heavenly tacos. One for each of us, please.
Do you think one is enough for you?
Right away, promise. And I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
Did you hear the silver scales are back? Seems their overseas foray ended in disaster. More than half their warband is missing, including their leader.
Aye, and now keen to rebuild their broken reputations, the survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand. How many hopefuls have disappeared in search of that fable? They should count their lucky stars they came home alive at all.
Say, I wonder if the vault has ever been here. This,
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
Yes.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, many question if there is any truth to the tale. Like our skeptical Erinville.
Yeah, skeptical.
I can't imagine the Dawn Servant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
Or maybe there's magical means that might help. We're gonna bring up MXL, aren't we?
Now to find a spot with a pleasant view to enjoy our crunchy spoils.
Thank you for not making me hungry.
Oh!
Dick!
If it isn't the third promise.
What the?
Stop standing on that cat. I mean, violence can be a answer because of taco.
I don't know these ones. New salt.
Yeah, I guess.
Dredge from foreign waters is my guess, brother.
Murder is
Of
an option.
course,
Stop.
that's it. Wuklamat is so afraid of the coming contest that she went crying for special help.
Let me guess, you're the bad guy that wants to invade.
Was there something
easiest
you
way.
wanted, Bakul Jaja?
The third promise remembers us. Such an honor.
So what's the fine, if I kill them on sight, if they aren't, one of the promises?
Glory on your name, brother.
The mystic. if I can get special permission.
Brother.
I know my rivals for the throne. Nothing more.
Another
why am I
child
surprised?
of the Dawn Servant?
No.
No, this brute.
We have no ties to their farce of a family.
They've opened it up to...
Unlike the sneeveling housecut, we are blessed siblings, the elevated chosen. We alone are fit to succeed Golul Jaja as Dawn Servant.
God. Anyways, now that we're finished introducing.
All peoples are equal in Tulihiola. Your heritage gives you no greater claim to the throne.
Shall we test that idea here and now? See if your strength is equal to ours.
I mean, I'm more than willing to kick your ass for her.
None of this has any bearing on the right of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
Kitty, please!
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense.
The kitten, what does that make me?
Pathetic. Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
Oh, sweetie. You think you have any chance against me?
Listen to me, you.
We need to have a training montage for you.
A two-headed mamulja. I knew of them, but that's the first I've seen in the flesh.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to follow in my father's footsteps. So they travel to distant lands to hone their battlecraft. Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
No, just Bakul Jaja. Even in Tural, his kind are far from common. The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo, the Bunewa,
Bobos. The Bones.
and the Dopro.
The Dopey. Oh, sorry.
Every once in a great while, a two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubigo and the blue-scaled Bunewa. The child grows to possess immense strength, both physical and magical.
Blessed siblings indeed.
Yeah, but I'm actually blessed by Heidelin, whom I killed. I mean, and all the gods, whom I killed.
Forget them. Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
Enjoying your tour of the city, I trust. We've seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest.
Oh, we met the
As such, we're ready
villain
to present
for this
ourselves at the
chapter.
palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
The palace it is. I'll let Wuklamart know. Destiny calls. Perhaps we can return for more tacos later?
So it goes.
Say, we've met the villain, or the antagonist for this chapter. If those lovingly made tacos went to waste, it's all that Brutus Spock Jaja's fault. I look forward to trying some authentic Tulula cuisine, but we should hurry and join Alphino and the others at the palace. Alright, it's a bit of climb to the top. You can head up from the Replenzit quarter, or even the eastern side of Talon March if you prefer. Now that you have an idea of how the city's laid out, I'll let you find your own way to the palace. Ah, my poor empty belly. Yeah, I'm gonna use fucking teleport. Okay, where's the nearest one? Right there. Let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in. I think you can make the doors bigger, by the way. Also, I'm guessing they went back and chiseled the stairs so they could fit normal person walking rather than giants walking. Just stating. You have a better feel for the city now? Yes, I have all the Aetherites, if that's what you mean. There are so many narrow and winding streets, but even if you get lost, all you have to do is keep heading up and you'll arrive at the palace eventually. The food is amazing. A passing Momoja let us try a fruit called cherimoya, and it was sublime. Is that what's in the trailer? We saw a two-headed Momoja on our way over here. Another clamet to the right of succession, according to Arenville. You made it! Good! Then we're all here. Still hungry enough to eat a whole roasted kavari, but the contest won't wait for us forever. Could ask Devika to cook me something afterwards. Yeah, same thing. Speaking of the record you set aside. I need to run use the restroom, if that's the case. I'm back. I've acquainted the twins with the city as best I could in such a short time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably, something would catch their eye, spurring them to run down an alley to investigate. It was like herding a pair of unruly corals. I am not surprised. Absolutely. I understand all too well. Charlene has the same effect on me. Right then, now it's time we saw the inside of the palace. Papa will want to know I'm home, and to meet the allies I've chosen. Given how impulsive he is, though, there's no telling what he might be in for. I am intrigued. Okay, that orange juice burns. Ow. Maybe because I've been talking so long. Oh, is that the beginning trailer thing? Is that who we're fighting? Is he gonna attack me next?
Estinian? When did he get here?
A while back by the looks of it.
What's the point? Why is he here?
I mean, why not?
Oh, you know this man? Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
Oh god, he's gonna ask about me.
So the one Estinian is crossing blades with.
That form. I mean, Estinian form.
That will do, Spearman. I will receive my darling
Valor
daughter.
stuff. Hi!
Know that you are the strongest I fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived,
to face such a formidable soul.
Well, why don't you get a load of me when you get the chance? Because all of them seem to be coming along.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that woman there.
Istidian, don't call me out like this!
I see you, warrior.
I see you too. I don't see your brother though. You go other head. I mean, the other head. I mean, shut up.
We had no idea you meant to visit Tyral.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
I mean, it's Estinian. We know Estinian.
You witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
Okay.
I'm not sure I understand.
He has eye covering. Keep the light out.
The old man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Curiosity said, okay, listen to me. Head of reason, and the other one, oh, I forgot what the other one is. If there's two heads for this, why doesn't there two people that the crown, or is we're trying to
Enough
merge
about
them?
me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Lamachi.
Cat stepping on things.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
Stop stepping on that cat! If you want to be pet, come over here. I will pet you during this cutscene.
Oh. When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solonesh.
It's Erenville now, Don Servant. I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Uh-huh.
Erenville, then. And these others? I assume are Lamati's recruited allies.
I mean, we've now added Estinian to the group.
Ha! Old-tempered still. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their mettle, the hour of the right is at hand. I will summon the other claimants at once.
Then I shall leave you to it. Good fortune, my friends.
Estinian, get your ass here. Here. Ass. Here. Stay. Help me, I'm in Dawn Trail. How you doing, Goofy? Oh, like I said, it's our antagonist for this chapter. Stop. I figured that we're gonna, you know, train her to be strong.
The claimants are assembled.
Isn't there supposed to be one more, the one that...
The first promise. Zorolja.
What about the Makoto?
The
Oh,
second
you?
promise.
It is you.
Ona.
Oh, you're cute. I mean, how are you? You're a gunblade. And a nerd. We'll see how...
The third promise. Uklamat.
And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja.
Mind you, I'll say, figuring out how to properly say names and then learn how to properly slaughter them.
The outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Servant. I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away. And it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliyollal is young, and so I look to thee always for inspiration. The rite of succession, the means by which the author of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Tuliyollal I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamulja at all. So I gave the right of claimant, not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well.
Oh really, a rug pull, who'd have thunk?
Yet the opportunity
I have a feeling that Thancred and Urianger have something to do with it, and I'm also quite mad that Urianger is here not being truthful to me.
Offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
All I know is I'm gonna win at the end.
You have us to compete against.
Shut up, bully of the hour.
Ah, though it seems the one head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
Our brother was in Shok Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral.
I like your accent. Woo me.
Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
I like your accent! Can we go with the cute guy here, please?
Now for the part you've been waiting to hear. The nature of the contest itself. To triumph in the right of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Yogg-Tural.
Find the Golden City?
And find the sea.
You know, I was joking, but okay.
If I may, Father.
Speak, Kona.
Please use respectful enough
the
to
Golden
ask.
City is an
rather
ancient
than the
Turali
two.
legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact.
I mean, I found vaults that didn't exist.
If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
Father will be forever the best character.
I offer
both
as
heads?
proof my unbroken word, for I have seen it with my own 4 eyes.
The city's real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Tuliyollal. I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions. And we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I mean to have you do the same. But in order to achieve victory proper, You need to break the seal I put in place.
I love that the Bakote over there is without anybody with him. Because they're trying to hide the fact that Urianger and Thancred are with him. Because that's the only one that they could be with, by the sound of it. Alright, let's not get involved with politics, except let's get involved with politics. You gotta memorize it. Good thing you spend time to... Does it have to be the parts that are golden? Just throwing that out there, because it seems to be odd that there's certain ones that are colored.
The Tuliyola saga.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth.
Of course it's well, I was gonna say, at least it's not 3, but of course it's 7.
Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you.
I mean, I was planning on slaughtering all of them, as obvious.
Once you feed each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
Okay.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Thank you, nerd. Also, you're hot.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge.
Mm-hmm.
You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both.
But I'm surprised you mentioned about it relegating it to side quests. That's what they did with the ARR content, so I don't know why he didn't think to do it with this.
Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakunja just Assessor and be done with it.
Say that again so I can stab you better.
The rite of cessation begins now. I'll be watching your progress with great interest.
Thank you, Palpatine.
And Clement, remember to collect your tablets before you leave.
Oh no, he's a Machinist. He isn't a... Proceeds not to actually collect...
You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Cryle Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
It would seem you sent this letter to my orders some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here. On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time. I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession. But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
I'm quite sure the Mikote over there would probably, if we're nice enough.
Very well, Dawn Servant.
Seems very...
On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City. Thank you for hearing my petition.
I will fucking read in however much I want.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galov.
She's only 21, apparently. Or so. I was looking up ages to see if they actually 100% are still the same age. In, Dawn Trail, and somebody mentioned on there was her age was 21, and I was like,
Too
damn.
late to change your mind now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this? Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm.
I mean, I'm here.
Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City.
Either
way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil.
I noticed. But the glory of the Golden City. Look, I found the Vault of the Mad King, and I found the, you know, lost thing under the sea that has
if you
all
are
the gold in it.
second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend.
God
And there's
damn,
no
bring it
telling
with
what
me.
awaits us on the long road.
I want to tie him up and bring him with me. I was threatening that.
But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it.
The trailer had him going around eating tacos, and I want to see him over here eating fucking tacos.
Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
I made my decision, and I mean to see it through. Oh, I don't think actual tacos, but he was eating something and looking very, very happy about it.
So? I will speak no more of it then. As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
Oh, you want to see the Golden City. What? We don't walk with them?
It's Saralja!
We don't walk with them?
Such a fearsome mien. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior.
Thank you for exposition.
First promise, our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please!
Serelja.
Take heart, tiller of the soil. The resilient son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
I mean, he can't say it himself.
Soralja, the first promise and commander of the Landsguard. Sarelja, the palace seer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Soralja is indeed the natural child of Gulul Jaja.
Fun.
And Resilient Son. Is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion. Common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children.
Oh.
Yet Soralja was born all the same, with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
Same.
He's a natural swordsman, a gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists.
Oh, so he is the other bully of the hour.
This puts him in direct opposition to Wuklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace. You may recall that she spoke of a claimant
so he's going to be more boring than Xenos.
That is Soralja, the warmonger.
More entertaining.
Kryl, are you all right?
So Xenos is ice cream. I'm just not into you, and this guy doesn't give a damn.
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zoralja's ambitions, deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
Hi, kitty!
Second promise! You must bring us more marvelous conveniences! More dirigibles and trains and the like! We need you in charge to make trading easier!
Oh, are those
the elders? They
complain
about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new.
I mean, yeah, there should be a balance.
You have our wholehearted support.
But
With
they said something about
and knowledge,
the beak-faced
sure to win
ones
the contest.
that I thought were
Forgive me,
the
but the right of
Lullafels.
succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawn Servant. If you will excuse me.
Mind that accent. Keep talking, sir.
Plain spoken, as always. That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Why are you rising about an inch off the ground?
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Charlian's own studium.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Charlian. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
Kind of like you and her.
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser claimants.
Like I said, he's the antagonist of the hour. My energy is... Yep, see. Trying to trick me, red herring me into thinking...
Oh, come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant.
As I stand here with weapons at your neck.
That my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliolan.
Uh-huh.
I'll brush aside your feeble contenders. And then you'll see who deserves your fealty.
Uh-huh. Yeah, like I said. Bad guy of the hour.
Well said, brother.
The Mamulja finally found peace in Tuliolal. I pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth. I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself.
I was thinking that.
But one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn Servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class. And
all Aristosurians, sorry.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
Everybody else left before her. Damn. If not to show, you know, how much people don't think she'll make it. You know, reinforcing that fact.
We wish for one thing and one thing only, Third Promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way.
She's very naive in the way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word.
No, this is also the whole...
unanswered.
I would say, Japanese thing of having children become rulers or like beyond their years wise. But I mean, we have the two twins over here.
was founded some 80 years ago. This continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuklamat's most ardent supporters.
Apologies. It's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
Character development in game. Yeah, the trading arc. We don't have, like...
I place our precious third promise into your care.
You will regret it. But it's not like Kian, who's already, you know, in his, you know,
Did you know
leadership.
Wuklamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Of the Dawn's promise. I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Speak louder!
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
Say it fucking louder!
It's fine. I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
Better? Wuklamat. I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling.
You're her mother.
Your brothers may excel in their respective ways,
But you boast qualities that both lack. A strength that is yours alone.
Being personable.
Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
You know, making friends. Being personable. Except when,
Thank you, Namika.
Except when you're not.
Well, we ought to be on our way.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
I really should get going. Because I have a stream tonight. But... Nah! No! Plenty of disappointment ahead. I mean, such is life. As you just witnessed, Wakulama has no great army of supporters. Not yet, at least. Can't make me. I know not what drives Zhou, but it engulfs him like an inferno. Being greater than his dad. So, Kohana, the second promise, is intent on developing his country by means of Charlian innovations. Given his background, I suppose it should come as no surprise. That two-headed don't. It's Christmas time, don't! Now he's trying to elevate. You still have to buy stuff for your wife! Of other races should become Dawn servant, not unlike how the Garlean Empire afforded special status to pureblood Garleans. Well, so much for the brief reunion I had in mind. Papa is not one to waste time when he decides to act. I'm used to it by now, of course. What about the other people in your household? The others are often caught off guard. In any case, we should talk about how we're going to find the City of Gold. All we have to work with are the 7 tablets and their connection to the saga. Don't you have bills to pay? Don't you have things you want to buy for yourself for Christmas? Might I suggest the first comparing the tablets against the pillars? We could check for any discrepancies between them. Good idea. Let's go take a look. I mean, you should learn to love him a bit better. He is you, after all. No computer games you want? No, updating your computer you want? There are plenty of video games out there that are cool. Alright, Alize. I wasn't expecting the events to progress that quickly, but I won't complain. The contest is the main reason we're here, after all. I won't give up until we find the Golden City, for Wakulama as well as myself. At a glance, there is much the same. At a glance, they seem much the same. The preparation of the intricately carved tablets for every claimant must have taken considerable effort and forethought. Consider them weighty reminders that this contest is no lighthearted matter. Are we gonna do a compare game? That makes everyone. Wakulama, the tablets, if you would. Of course. Well, then put it in an emergency fund for, like, when there's an emergency. Everyone has a tablet? Then let's compare them to their respective pillars. Keep an eye out for even the smallest differences. That is a compare the... Bet that there's a gem to light it up. Do we steal the gems? Unless I'm missing something, the glyphs appear to be identical. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are meant to be fitted. So, what we've established is that the scenes are the same. Where do we go from here? Dawn Servant said we are to retrace the path he walked and united the Turiel's people. That we would encounter 7 electors along the way. That may or may not be bribed. Then we have the answer right in front of us. Papa's path is all laid out in the, what was it? Tallulah Saga, that's what I was saying. I keep forgetting because I'm tired when I'm jokingly calling things. The events of the glyphs portrayed. Do we know the exact locations where they took place? If one is close, we could go there and search for the Elector. That would confirm we're on the right track. Let me think. The Lay of Reeds was in the nearby Hanu Hanu settlement. Papa took me there once. It was during the festival season, and the whole village was alive with good cheer. There's also the Lay of Gold. The one with the village, which is about the same distance from here. Oh, we get to choose? Before going anywhere, we should ask around about the road ahead. I hear a lot of talk as we toured the city about a storm we passed through at sea. Apparently, it's ravaged Yoktoro several days ago. Since our roads are not well paved as Eorzea's, okay. They're more susceptible to damage from natural disasters. If we want to avoid wasting time taking a dead-end trail, I suggest we spend a few moments making inquiries. If it's information we need, then leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. Or sociability works out. It would be prudent to ensure we've prepared for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations I've arranged. I mean, shouldn't we be moving faster? I mean, I know being sleepy doesn't help anything, says the person who's currently doing an 11-hour stream at the rate I'm going. Oh, it's villas! I didn't realize that Long Dock was villas there. Okay. Quite comfortable to have our lodgings sorted out in advance. Yeah, don't have to... Wakalamat said she'll bring the information to us. I wonder what she meant by that. She will tie them up and drag them here. Oh, such lovely cottages, and they're on the water. For the cabins. For our, the hard cabins. That's right. Reservation under Wakulamat's name. If you don't mind, I'll leave my companions to you. Certainly, sir. I'll go and track down the third promise. Once you've finished organizing your gear, you meet us back outside. See, I'm good with these names. Greetings, visitors to Tallulah, and welcome to Ford Ard Cabins. Whenever you're ready, I'll show you to your rooms. Why do I have... Okay, no. So they went to the cabins, and I... Actually, let me see what it looks like in there. Feather bed. Nice. And this is a view. That's cool. Can I fall off? No, I cannot fall off. Damn. They thought of everything. Alright, I'm back out. Can I play in the water? No. Where familiars stare. Oh wait, I haven't done that. No. Alright, let's see where we, what location we go to. Wait for... And then I'll get the... wet flop. No, splash. I will splash. I mean, if it's my room, there's probably towels for me to... But we'll see what the next location is that we're going to, and then I'll... end the stream for tonight. Unless that gets distracted. Trust you to be the keenest to head out, Ishnai. But where are Anvil and Wakulama, I wonder? Oh good, you're all here. And who might your companions be? Seeing as we need information, I thought who better to get it from the locals. These two hail from the villages we're thinking of visiting. I'm going with the parrots. I give you credit for taking initiative, at least. At least. I'm honored that the third promise would seek my advice. I too am happy to answer your questions. Any encounter might be an opportunity to do business. It's a fucking Lalafell. It's a tall Lalafell! Thank you both for your help. It's a giant Lalafell. Before we begin, there will doubtless be other occasions we need to act independently. So I brought these two for you. Talafell, if you would. Yeah, I know. What is this? It's called a pearl link, a gemstone harvested from a special shell. When linked together, they allow people to communicate across great distances. Is that so? What a handy thing to have. Didn't Ardenville have one of those if he's from Charlian? It'll be most useful on our travels. Speaking of which, I should get back to introducing my two new friends here. Oh! So what you're saying is they're dwarves. Please ask anything and I'll gladly tell you what you know. Is there a reason the dwarves wear all those masks? Talafells. The Talafells! We're going with Talafells, if I remember this for the next stream. Should we speak to first? Who do you think? Even up close, the Hanu are remarkably similar to the Vanu. Aside from those brilliant feathers, of course. I mean, I'm not around drunks that often. Waku Lama may not be experienced or accomplished as her brothers, but she has an affinity for the people. For her, finding those willing to cooperate is simple as asking. I already talked to... The Tallulah saga features a number of Toriel's clans. Two of these, the Hanu and the Talafel, have settlements relatively close to the city, so I brought the representative of each. As I mentioned before, the Hanu are cheerful people who love their festivals. They make their appearance in the Lay of Reeds, and their home, Hanu, is located in Kozadadababa. General statement that Carnival. It's Carnival. It's absolutely not Carnival. Yeah, I figured both. Well, which one am I doing first with the choice? The other smaller fellow is one of the Talafel, clad in business-minded folk from Blaza Pacha. They appear in the Lay of Gold and craft all kinds of marvelous goods at the Woodpilo village. Now, for deciding which village to visit first, Why did you put that adventurous instinct of yours for work first, Ishnai? Pick our destination. I mean, so branches to go so help on for exit quest payload and vice versa. Furthermore, story elements will not be affected by your initial choice. Speak to the background. If the Hanu one was more enjoyable, I might, you know, torture myself with the other one first. Welcome. Oh, okay. Yes, still a statement. Same. I trust your instincts. You should not. Let's go. Let me get the approach. What is it you'd like to know? Our main concern was confirming the state of the roads ahead. As I recall, Pacha, we departed from the Arch of Dawn, then take the road west to the first fork. We should be wary of anything along the way? That indeed is the way to Pacha. After damage wrought by the recent downpour, however, you'll be doing more stumbling than walking. But do take heart, when it comes to rugged terrain, we have the most dependable solution available. Come with me. Not llamas? Alpaca? We'll be back to talk to you in good time, friend Hanu. Meanwhile, you can eat and drink your fill at that place. It's all been arranged. The taco place. The Taco Bell. As you would. I'm gonna get hit. Oh, right! She doesn't like alpacas. Something you'll see soon enough. Oh my god, it's 7. It's 7 in the morning. 7:02. I'm doing fine. Everything's fine. I have something I need to upload to YouTube, and I have a thumbnail to make now that I'm in Dawn Trail. Everything's fine. Oh my, are these fluffy babies our mounts? In the Talafel, all being small is confusing enough, but those masks make it almost impossible to tell men from women, let alone guess their age. I mean, think of the dwarves from the first. Version of the font, right? Yeah. Talking to Talafel before we departed was a wise decision. I, for one, would rather not brave a treacherous, slippery trail on foot. I mean, that sounds like quitter talk. These beasts are sure-footed, that's for certain. Why did it have to be alpacas? I don't know. Why did it have to be snakes? May I introduce you to our most dependable companion, the alpaca. It spits. And bites. These animals can traverse Pacha's steep mountain trails if they were gentle fields, all while carrying heavy loads. Our merchants would be lost without them. So they fill much of the same niche as our chocobos back home. You don't have alpacas in Eorzea? I mean, we do on the Sanctuary Island, but that doesn't count. You have a spit kink? Alpacas are native to Yoktoril. Eorzea has its chocobos, and the eastern lands have their horses. Why go to the trouble of breeding another pack beast in a place which ill suits its qualities, and where it is not needed anyway? But must we ride these little monsters? I get the impression you're not fond of alpacas. I wonder. When I was small and being a bit naughty, I went around pulling their wool on their wool. One of them spat on me, and it was the foulest stench you could imagine. I see. That sounds like your fault. What do they like to ride? Alpacas bred as mounts are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience find them easy to handle. Accept your grudges. We really are doing this, then. You want that goddamn seed or not? So, was my information useful to you? Yes, very helpful. Even if it wasn't what I wanted to hear. Good, I'll take my payment now. You want me to pay you? I guess I should have expected much from a Pilu merchant. Let's see what I have on me. Lalafell. Talafell. The Talafell valued the act of spreading joy through trade. As you should know, they take pride in making deals that benefit both parties. Then again, that's kind of like the... They're not called kobolds in the other place. Are. In the first. There you go. A fair price for your fair advice. Yes, I made trade with the fair promise herself. My friends will never believe this. Should be on my way now. I wish you safe travels. Off you go then, and thank you. But like, the merchant child people of the first, the things that are kobolds and are... Off you go then, and thank you. We're very much about equal trade. Better not get spit on again. You bought that on yourself. Remain calm and gentle, and so will they. I'm still not happy about this, but if we need to ride alpacas to reach, Pacha, then that's what we'll do. I mean, I do have a chocobo. Don't know where Boko went. Also, we also had that problem with Zero at first, but I don't think these people are going to change like Zero. Well, she was trying to take their fur, which is ripping them off their skin, rather than shearing them off.
Stand tall, even should all other lands
they would be
sink
spitting...
beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urko Pacha, the 100 peaks of time. Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty.
So that's how you say it.
Yet, with
Still gonna
that
slaughter
flying
it.
calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Serpent, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
I'm betting it's not going to remain asleep for long, and I'll have to, you know, end its reign or put it back to sleep. Because we haven't been... we keep mentioning that.
So this is Urko
So that's not foreshadowing.
I've never actually been here before.
The air is so crisp and clear.
I'm calling it Big Bird for now.
Mountains everywhere you look.
No! Ew! Ow! Ew! Ow!
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som-Al.
That is Workor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
I hear a challenge.
Oh? Do tell.
Monster roar.
Where to begin?
Excuse
At the beginning?
But you're Wook Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here, of all places.
No! Those hurt! Oh, we're talking about something else? Those hurt! You know how many dead bodies are at Mount Everest?
I am Bol Nok.
Like, there's an entire, like, side of the mountain where bodies are rolled off. Because they can't get to them.
Well met, Volnok. We're on our way to Watrunpelo.
Like, there's this, one of the ones that they know is like a landmark on getting up there, if you know, is the Frozen Lady, who basically died sitting there, taking a break. They haven't.
Oh, truly. I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal? Is that a local beverage?
You're too young.
It's an Urgopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
You're too young. Your mother would kill me.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end.
Drugs? Drugs? Drugs?
Ah, but listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels.
You're about to say something.
Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say.
That's what I was figuring.
Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne. I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu Pelu merchants.
Oh god, we left Justinian alone! Oh god!
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliolal. Pelu Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas.
Where's Justinian? Where's it?
They are effusive and engaging speakers.
I don't believe it!
Customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
I don't believe
it! They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
X to doubt! X to doubt!
Watchun Pelo's down the path! Off the main road! Don't get lost!
I mean, it's hard
right
to not
there.
see. I mean, unless you see something shiny and get distracted, like, I mean, I never do. Not at all. Yeah, I know, right? Shut up, Fox! I know! The palace crowds were more supportive of our brothers, but... Well, Lamont's peaceful policies do have their quiet adherents, I see. I feel good! Everything's good! Help me! Help! Everything's fine! I could see more buildings down the path while Nawak was talking. I wonder what's over that way. Houses. I feel the change in altitude most keenly. While mayhap it's not the same degree as the Sea of Clouds, the air is decidedly thin here. This is it. Wachu Pelu, home of the Tolafels. Waku Labat should have arrived before us. She got lost. Oh, she is actually there. And she's currently being... That's not good. I know, I was going to say, she's currently about to buy a thing she doesn't need. You've come all this way for the right of succession? Oh, so that means I'm exchanging words with the future Dawn Servant. Please. The outcome is far from decided, but it is a possibility. Being rizzed. Being rizzed. How fortunate, then, that a deal in cloaks woven from especially luxurious alpaca wood. Such a garment would look magnificent when draped over the shoulders of our budding ruler. Ah. A nation's ruler should dress her best for adoring people, yes? Finery for our finest lady, that's right. Come, Third Promise, my well-stocked shelves are but a few steps away. Finest lady. I like the sound of that. Down, girl! Alright, I suppose a quick look wouldn't hurt. And there's an Erenville behind you. Ahem, what did we just talk about? Erenville, when did you... Shitolan from the far-off Tural. Northern winters are bitter cold affairs, I'm told. I cannot imagine how you survive them without a lovely warm cloak of quality alpaca. No thank you. I am not in need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is the third promise. Perhaps another time. Of course. My shop door is always open. I mean, they gave up pretty willingly soon, rather than being fucking pushy as hell. You're saying something about not being easily charmed? It's just, As I previously mentioned, the Pelo people live for the bringing happiness through trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. They will, however, disarm you with their deft turn of phrases, and unwitting customers like Waku Lama fall prey to this affable approach time and time again. Your only recourse is a clear and firm refusal. They won't pursue the matter should you make your disinterest plain. A valuable insight into the minds of the Tolofels. Let's all take Erenville's word of caution to heart. Right, princess? Also, Alphino? Tataru will kick your fucking ass. In fact, I will lead her to you. And laugh. So remember what I was saying? Anyways. Alright, onto the stream! Good! Let me finish talking to these guys. All the houses and buildings mate to a Tolofel size, and mine too, come to think of it. So it seemed that the Tolofel also are partial to coffee. Nice. Wakulamat is lucky to have Erenville. Everyone, royalty especially, needs a friend unafraid to chide them when the need arises. I swear, I let her out of my sight for one moment. I know, right? Right. I'm gonna stop. I'll stop. I have things I need to upload to YouTube before I go to bed too. Go ahead. Okay. Is that how you spell it? Is there a space between it? Oh, there is! You can have spaces now? Oh, I have ads. Alright, y'all. This is Ishnai Ciarfox. Tonight we'll, instead of doing Final Fantasy XIV, we'll be doing, since it's Winter Solstice, we'll be doing the... Or will I be doing this? Nope, we're gonna be good! Winter Solstice. So we're gonna be doing the Christmas thing for House Flipper 2. Maybe. I don't know. Yes, girl. Anyways, this was Ishnai Ciarfox. I hope you have a day or night, whenever it is, wherever it is you currently are. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and comment. I know, I am a weakling. I know. It's horrifying, isn't it?